Rain could contribute to a rising mosquito problem on the North Shore. Those rains are filling ditches, which are oftentimes mixed with sewage from inadequate home treatment systems. More than half of the homes in unincorporated St. Tammany Parish are on such systems, and mosquito control says most of them are improperly maintained.
It's the mosquitoes that are coming from the ditches that have sewage influence from on-site wastewater treatment systems. Those mosquitoes can rapidly develop resistance to the products we use.
St. Tammany Mosquito Abatement is stepping up efforts to spray pesticides on ditches in the unincorporated portions of the parish to try to control several species of mosquitoes that are showing up this time of year. They urge residents out there to do all they can to limit standing water around their homes, and they say give them a call if you experience any problems.